Hello. It's a beautiful day today, and every day is a gift. We got to enjoy it to the most, to the maximum. Um, I want to talk today about how I don't think it's a surprise to anyone how when you look around and you see all the things that happen in the world, and you know that it didn't happen overnight. It was an incremental change. It was something that was an agenda, something that was crafted carefully, thought out, planned, strategized, and put into effect. A lot of things that happen in our lives that we see, are things that have been deliberate, and made to look that way for a reason. um, there's a tremendous fight between dark and light forces on the planet, and that's the time that we are living in. But our the people in charge of our country, have done a lot of magic on influential people over the years, and they've kept tabs. Just like the Truman Show, they have kept tabs on people, and watching. They know the energy signature. They know they have the DNA from the time you're born, right? They keep an eye on you, and but yeah, this group of satanic Masonic people that have kept tabs on me in my life like I'm a lab rat or something, continually illegally surveilling me, spying, stalking, trolling, watching and monitoring my every move, and studying me for years. I guess because I'm one of those people that have an energy signature that even when faced with tremendous, and they just keep, it's an onslaught of one thing after another, after another, after another. And they continually do this to study your responses, to study what you do. They watch for how you behave and react to everything that they throw at you in everyday life. I'm completely onto what they've done. 2 years ago on New Year's Eve, as I was celebrating with friends, and at exactly the strike of midnight, exactly at the stroke of midnight, when we were clanking our champagne glasses and hugging one another, at our little get together. We had a little karaoke get together. At exactly that precise moment, they had installed a Neuralink camera in my right eye. It was like at that exact precise moment. Very deliberate, very on purpose to monitor my every move. This is part of what they do. They have that technology and they do it to many people without you even knowing. People might look at it as a floater, but no, this is a very deliberate attempt to continue to monitor and track. And they do that in our day. It's very demonic. The people that are running the show are very demonic. The Luciferian movement is very, very big. But what they do is they try to, how these people gain their power and manifest all this wealth, because that's what keeps them in power and control and having domination over the masses, is that they are conflicting. They're consistently uh, sending out for public consumption grief, trauma, chaos, all sorts of negativity. Uh, they want people to be struggling. So whether they raise the taxes and keep the inflation high, they keep people on the brink of constantly being stressed out, filled with anxiety, trying to always keep that level. They want to keep you at a very low vibration where you're exhausted, you're worn out, you have nothing better to do than go to the corner bar and drink to oblivion. They want people in that, and then they're constantly also uh, manipulating this the whole everything that we consume. They dish it out from it comes from the top down. Okay, so they have an agenda to force our children to learn to be lower vibrational, in the population, because that's how they can control the people. When they have you in a state of grief, and they use media, they use entertainment, they use music, all the lyrics, all the negative spew, that they use. They push drugs, they push sex, their sex agenda through schools, to program how people think. And I don't think that's new to anyone. I think everybody pretty much understands and sees that. At least a lot of people do. But they're narcissists. These are spiritual covert narcissists, not just any run-of-the-mill narcissist. These are people that are they lust. They're filled with lust for power, control, domination. Okay, and that's what these secret societies all are. It's a breeding ground for all of that. They've pretty much destroyed our country. Okay, because when the masses are so caught up and distracted by all the stuff they spit out for consumption, and you never build yourself up spiritually to combat these demonic attacks, then you succumb to it, and you become part of the darkness. And these people have in mind to completely swallow up all the light. All right, there's a tremendous fight of tremendous spiritual warfare right now being waged for the souls of mankind. They're all about enticing people and seducing them, offering them jobs where they promise them fame, fortune, wealth, a ritzy lifestyle, drive the nice cars, eat the best food, have the best looking woman. They sensationalize all of that, and people get sucked in by that. And they begin to say, yeah, I want that for my life. And they forego all of their integrity, their honor, their core sense of value, self-worth. They sell out, they sell out their souls in order to have that kind of, when they're only given breadcrumbs. I mean, the people at the top of the elite structure are never ever going to impart what they truly promise. They're liars. There's not an iota of truth in those people. You have to remember that is a basic fundamental fact. So, but these narcissistic sociopaths, taking control of all the rules. That's why they're destroying the dollar. They want to control and spy on every cent you spend, and whatever you have in your account. They never want you to have more than what they decide you can have, right? So this is how they control the system, and everybody just sits back and takes it without exposing it. You have to remember, the truth sets people free. You need to expose these things, what they truly are. You need to look at these people with a different set of eyes, as I've said before. These are demonic entities that are running the show. All right? But their ultimate goal is to keep the vibration of the masses low, 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 low. Because when you have grief, when you are struggling to survive, when you are in a painful situation, when you are depressed, you fall into depression, they come to the rescue, right? Oh, well, here, we'll give you, free government handouts. We'll give you free this, free that. Oh, here, we'll give you free prescriptions of whatever you need to kill the pain. They don't treat any, so, they are the source of all. They are the root, the cancer, okay? But they do that so that they can control, and because these are demonic beings, they harvest the energy. When you are in a low state, a low vibrational state of pain and grief and sadness, you just can't get ahead, and things like this happen. You are vulnerable for these energy vampires to swoop in and siphon all of your gifts, all of your power, your strength, all of your energy, all of your birthrights and blessings, because these people that are in a position of power and control, these secret societies have the knowledge. They have that ancient knowledge. And they know how to do. These are wizards and magicians, okay? These are demonic Luciferians. They worship the devil. And they have, in their secret society, they do all of this behind the scenes and in secret. They siphon people's energy in order to manifest more wealth for themselves. When they deplete you of everything you have in your connection with God, that is the ultimate. They want you to disconnect from God altogether, and then they have control over your entire soul. All right, and they get you using MK Ultra mind control, using energy weapons, mind weapons, where they manipulate the energy, they manipulate, project thoughts into you in your mind when you're sleeping. They have people around the clock that do this on light ones, on people of God. Okay, they know our energy signatures from the time we're born. They keep tabs on us. I remember for years and years when I was out in the industry working in the aerospace industry, I had this census taker. She came and saw me every quarter for years. Every quarter, the same woman for years came in and asked you questions. It was like a 15, 20-minute, sometimes 30-minute meeting, and they would just take all these, information, just taking it all and asking you questions. I mean, it seemed like a hell of a lot of information, right? But this went on. People have always kept tabs on my life because, and they run more tests on you when they find that all these tests they do on you don't have any effect on you. Then they try even more. You see, so my whole life I've been attacked by these people. They conspired to steal my ancestral inheritance. I am a very old soul, and my lineage goes way back. It's a royal bloodline, and these people know it. And so they've siphoned and harvested my energy for years. For years, they have been stealing off of my birthrights, my personal records, my history, my Akashic, my past life history, my information, to harvest my energy, my life force, my essence, my creativity, my birthright, my blessings, my spiritual gifts. For years, these people did this, unbeknownst to me, without my knowledge or consent. They used my energy to manifest wealth for themselves while leaving me depleting and robbing me of my life force. Their intent was to deliberately keep me in a state of mental fog, confused with illusions, feeling stuck, stagnant, poor, broke, destitute, codependent, with low self-esteem and lack of confidence. Okay, their ultimate desire was that I become homeless, depressed, without any support, unloved, through the result of family believing lies that they spoke on my name consistently. And they get into your families and they plant people there and they pay them to be a handler, to keep an eye on you and report back. This is what they have been doing. Constant gossip, spreading of malicious lies to reduce my credibility, to try to create this false narrative on my life, right? To eventually, so that family members would believe the lies and turn against me, because they try to manipulate the people around you so that they also will not be supportive of you, will not believe you, will not love you. This is what they try to do. So they isolate the people of God. They isolate a lot of us because we are, the elect of God. We are anointed. And but when all of this doesn't work, because they cannot break our spirit, because we are totally connected to the Most High, these people, they continue. The attacks are just relentless, every day, nonstop, 24/7, okay? They wanted me to feel isolated and alone, without love, and that is how they work on chosen ones. It is a gross conspiracy against chosen ones all over the world. They believe that whoever holds the purse strings controls the world, the planet. God will have a people for himself, and this planet, the government rests on the shoulders of the Lord Jesus Christ. All power is ordained of God. And God may have allowed people to continue to think that they had, control. Lucifer, Satan, the god of the earth, for since he was kicked out of heaven, and that's when Jesus was tempted during that 40-day, after he was baptized in the river Jordan and out in the wilderness, and tempted by Satan. He took him to the top of that pinnacle and showed him all the, told him that you can have all this. This is all mine to give if you just bow down and worship me. And the Lord, of course, Jesus did not. He was victorious over sin and death, and that is how it still stands today. God is victorious over sin and death, and those that abide in him are victorious over all of this onslaught of venomous ill will and fiery darts and attacks of the devil. We stand strong against all of that, and stronger than ever, because the devil is simply used as a catalyst to bump us forward and to even strengthen our faith even more, right? So they set up monitoring devices, listening devices, cameras, tracking devices, in your home and vehicle, wherever you go, and including this Neuralink camera they stuck in my right eye. That's this black thing that's like they're all. It happened at the stroke of midnight 2 years ago at the New Year's Eve get together at my friend's house. But they've videotaped me for the purpose of trafficking, because they try to humiliate and embarrass you. The devil's tactics don't work on the chosen ones because we're on to him. We know what their tactics are and what they do. So I do not have any OnlyFans or TikTok. I'm not on there at all. But see, they replicate and they clone you. A lot of people, a big group of people, Masons, secret society people, and some of them even family members, have been in on this conspiracy over my life to steal and take what rightfully belongs to me by divine birthright. This is the time when everything done in darkness is brought to the light. And so we just expose it. But this man, this ex-employer of mine, and I was thinking back on the day that I was recruited. Like, I never even sought out employment at that company. They came to me and asked me, how did they even know about me? I worked at a completely different company at the time. How would they have known even where to? And I never even thought about this. But yeah, this man knew about me already. He's a Mason. He had promised to sacrifice me to the Masons for my energy signature so that they could continue to siphon and harvest my energy, which they were doing. So I went to interview at that company and they hired me on the spot, and I started the following Monday, and I was there for 14 years. I had no idea that this man had been siphoning all of my creative energy and I remember when my first month there, they told me to just get acquainted with the surroundings and take a couple of weeks and don't worry about anything. Just get familiar with everyone. And, but I couldn't just sit there. I began to work on the phones, and I think my first month was $48,000. Brought in some of my old customers from the company that I had worked for in the, before then. But, it just struck me that this person had been manipulating my energy for quite some time, harvesting off of me and manifesting wealth for himself. But this same person and people, he got a whole group of people, paid them to monitor me and to put video of me OnlyFans. I was married for 23 years. And I've never been unfaithful in all of the years I was married. But for the last 4 or 5 years, we didn't have relations. My husband was a real jerk towards me. And now I realize it's because this person and his wife had worked with that person it was all a conspiracy to break me down, to break down all of my self-confidence, to break my heart. They wanted me broken-hearted, and they wanted me isolated. They pushed me to a point where I lost all sense of who I was as a person. And that was done deliberately. It was a plot against my life. So I wound up leaving the marriage after 23 years and filed for divorce because my husband said that he couldn't stand to he completely neglected me. But anyway, long story short, I left the marriage. But and 2 years ago, I dated somebody for about 4 months. But we didn't have a spiritual connection, so it didn't go anywhere. But I say this because and all that time I've been a celibate woman. I have a very strong spiritual lifestyle, which is simple, and I spend time with God. I'm never alone. I love being out there and about. I love speaking and mentoring and helping. But I'm also, I also enjoy my time alone. I spend time with God. I spend time in His Word. I really love my fellowship with the Lord, and I love people in general. But I love my time alone as well. It's a time of healing. I did 6 years of Krav Maga, and I did a lot of healing during that time. But these people were doing spell work on me the entire time when I was brought to that where I was so heartbroken. just torn apart by my divorce. That's where they wanted me to be, and they were sucking me dry, all of my energy. They were like leeches, sucking dry my energy, and then doing spell work. Because see, by doing spell work to keep you down, they are able to manifest even more wealth for themselves. That's how it works. That's the sacred knowledge. They, by depleting someone and keeping them down, by orchestrating events in their lives to take place, and that's what they do with targeted people. They keep them down in a low vibrational state of being. And if you're a high vibrational energetic person, they are taking all of that. They zap you, and they use that to manifest wealth, the nice cars, the Tesla car, the home that they purchased. And these people stole my identification, and they have been doing the most with it. Okay. And I pray the legal authorities in the upper, there are many people that already know what these people have done, but they have not done anything. They have not done their jobs. Everybody's gotten paid. I have an ancestral heritage that is mine, and I claim it all back. I call back everything that was ever stolen or taken or siphoned or harvested off of my energy. I claim it as mine by divine birthright, and I call it all back. And people that sat on their laurels and did not do their jobs and allowed this to slide or go through and were paid money to allow this to take place. When you saw all these people bullying a single 63-year-old woman and stealing her ancestral heritage, it shall not stand. People are going to be held accountable for their crimes, and I call judgment on every person out there that did not take action and do the right thing. You had plenty of time, and time's up. And I speak with the authority of the Lord Jesus Christ, because I am of that lineage. Okay? I speak with the authority of the Most High God. So these people are exposed, but taking videos of me and sex trafficking me against my knowledge or consent on OnlyFans and on wherever else, on the dark web, and making money off of a person of God, you are under spiritual and divine judgment from the Most High God for doing that. To embarrass and humiliate and make money. The blackmail these people use, these Masons, these secret society people use against the people of God, and to try to keep them quiet and in fear of being embarrassed or losing their jobs. No, it doesn't stand with me. I'm stronger, and I rise above all of that. I put all demonic attacks under my feet. Every lying, creeping, deceitful thing I put under my feet. You will never have dominion over me. And you think that you can control my life, but no, you may not. And anybody who even dare thinks about trying to attempt to approach my door to sexually violate me, you will be struck immediately and instantly, automatically, with fire from God, and you will suffer consequences for that. I'm not messing around. And anybody who tries to approach me with a fake, phony apology or to try to make a fake, phony offer, I accept no offers from anyone. All right? I don't know. I choose what I choose for my life and not yours. And I am single. I am not married. So trying to attempt to get me in a false, fraudulent marriage, I want the authorities to know now, and I believe they already know, that marriage is fraud. That if that man placed me in a marriage against my knowledge or consent in order to steal a lump sum out of my trust fund, that is fraud. That is fraud, and it is illegal. It is null and void, canceled and expired. I call on Archangel Michael and the Most High God to dissipate and disintegrate, to evaporate, eliminate, and eradicate, tear up, rip up, shred, and burn any demonic deal, any false marriage constructed without my knowledge or consent for the purpose of stealing from my birthright and my blessings. You may not. And I call it all back. You will lose everything that you have. All right? Because you chose to play games with my life for years. You have stole years from my life, trying to orchestrate what happens, the events in my life. You manipulated my children also. Also, you did that. And you're going to answer for it. These narcissistic sociopaths taking control of the government at this time and trying to destroy the dollar and trying to bring in all of these IRS laws to try to prevent small businesses, LLCs from just loading them up with even more fees and penalties for not complying, for stupid. These people want control over every aspect of your life because these are demons, all right? They are demonic beings wearing masks. They're not really the people that they say. They have been cloning people. And the way to combat this is by raising your vibration high. You need to run to Christ. Christ, that's the power of the Most High God. He alone has the power to kill, destroy, and cast into hell forevermore. People need to remember their roots. Everybody on the planet today chose to be here for this time that we're in. And it is a battle between light and dark forces. And the dark forces have been swallowing up all the light on the planet. You cannot allow that to happen. You now need to step forward and assume your role in Christ, who is powerful than anything, more powerful than anything at all, and speak truth. And the truth sets people free. The shackles fall off. When the gig is up and people are aware of what these people have been doing, they can't do it anymore. Their spell work is ineffective. And you can swallow up all the darkness and transmute it into light instantly and automatically. Transmute any evil, dark, demonic attack on your life. Transmute it instantly and automatically into high vibrational love, positivity, light, tranquility, peace on earth. All right? And take ownership of that and live a high vibrational life. Come out of the low vibrational toxicity that these people have manufactured for your consumption to bring you down and to separate you from God forevermore. You got to let go of the toxic shit. Because you cannot eat at both tables. You're either on one side or the other. And you cannot serve two masters. All right? This is crunch time. It is a time where there's a separation of the wheat from the chaff. You have to know what you believe. And if you want to be on the dark side, everything that is on the dark side, all the idolatry and the liars, the adulterers, all the liars, the people that have lied, they all wind up in that fiery pit. Sorry, I don't make it up. It's just the way it is, and that's what's been told from the beginning. But get into the Word of God. That raises your vibration right there. Listen to high vibrational, bouncy music. Exercise. Eat a healthy diet of greens, vegetables, and fruits. Drink plenty of water, and consecrate your water. Okay, because these people are busy putting pollutants in everything that you drink, the air that you breathe, the food that you eat. These demonic beings are polluting people so that they can plug up your energy centers so that you cannot have connection with the Most High God. And ultimately, that is their goal, to eradicate any possibility of connecting to God. You have divine birthrights. Claim them as yours. Get to know your soul better. Spend more time, quiet time alone in reading and reflection. Spend time in God's Word, because His Word is true, and that is our full armor. Put on the full armor of God. And go for walks out in nature and breathe. Breathe in the breath of God, the breath of the living God. Breathe it in. And let go of all tension, all anxiety, all stresses. Let go of any negative thoughts, feelings, and emotions, And forgive. Forgive these people. Because what God has in store for these people, you don't have to worry. He takes care of everything, okay? And there is perfect justice. Surrender all of your worries and concerns. Surrender all of your battles to the Most High God, and let Him fight your battles for you. You release it and surrender it to Him. He will get your justice for you, just as He's doing to me right now with these people. I'm getting my justice. in Jesus' mighty name. And whatever the cankerworm eats or steals, the Lord will restore it even tenfold. But yeah, that's what their agenda is, to continue to target you and inflict pain. And whenever you're in pain, just remember, whenever you are in grief or depression or pain, just know you got to bounce right out of that. Do the things that are conducive to shifting your vibration so that these energy vampires cannot suck you dry, because they keep tabs on all of us, and they keep tabs on children, because children have the purest form of energy. That's why there's so many child abductions. It's these people doing it, these white supremacists, these elitists. They're abducting the children and sacrificing them to Lucifer. All right, you got to protect your children. And these people have changed God's laws, but don't buy it. Don't buy into the system. But the only way out of this matrix is through Christ. That's it. You got to let go of the world, really. Essentially, at this time, you got to let go of all the things that have been consuming all of your time. If you've got drug addictions, sex addictions, alcohol addiction, you got to let go of all that. You can only do that through Christ. He's the one that works in you. You got to wash out the inside of the cup, and the outside will be clean. And that inside of the cup is washed out only through Christ. Okay? That's it. So, okay, I hope this was helpful to anybody. Yeah, these narcissists, they worked on me night and day for years, and they wanted me to be to be an outcast, to be a black sheep, to feel like I was unsupported for the rest of my life, to be upset, to be unloved, to feel unheard. I make my voice heard because I believe, therefore I speak, right? So it has nothing to do. These people have absolutely no control over my life. In fact, these people are filled with fear. That's why they want you to be in fear. But, the gig is up. When you speak the truth and expose these people for what they are, that it doesn't work anymore, okay? It only works when you're not aware. But when you're aware of it, it doesn't work. It has no effect on you whatsoever. And you are stronger than ever. They've only helped to make you a stronger, resilient, resistant, repellent person in the Lord's army, okay? So I just want to put that out there. God bless you guys. I love everybody, and I don't hate anyone. We all breathe the same air, and we all live on the same planet, and we want to raise the vibration of the planet, and that is the main thing. And it only happens through Christ, through unconditional love, which is the highest vibration on the planet. So go out and make it a great day. And if anybody has information about this woman, this copycat, that is trying to be me, okay, those people are not allowed anywhere near me, but they're trying to siphon my energy and trying to attach binding spells and cords. And they may not. They're completely shut down and banished. But if you know who this corrupt woman is, you need to step forward and speak out and say, so I can get my justice in court. Thank you. All right. Bye.